Hey there, my friends. In today's video, we are going to continue our conversation about getting your business started. This is part 2 of me answering all of the questions that you, my audience and community, have submitted for me to answer. And if you're new to me, please make sure that you hit up that like bell and hit up the subscribe button so that you don't miss all of our upcoming episodes. And also, you can also follow me at the Kelly Schaefer, the Kelly Schaefer, on Instagram or Facebook to get more information behind the scenes and tidbits that I don't share here on this platform. Okay, I am going to just dive right in. I have 5 more questions that have been submitted by y'all, and I am ready to tackle them. So the first question that we're going to answer is discovering your niche, how to discover your niche. The easiest thing I can say is, who do you want to be a hero to? That was a question that one of my very first business coaches asked me. I was like, I want to help these people, and I want to help these people, and I want to help these people. And she was like, who do you want to be a hero to? If you could only pick one, who would you want to spend your time helping? That's the question that I want to ask you. Who do you want to help, and who would you rather spend your time around? Would you rather spend your time around moms? Would you rather spend your time organizing? Would you rather spend your time helping seniors? There is no right or wrong answer. Now, a lot of people get tripped up because I recommend picking one niche to go all in on. Now, this does not mean that if other people ask to hire you for your services that you say no, unless of course you don't want to say yes to these people. However, the reason why you want to pick one niche is it just makes it easier for you to market, and it makes it easier for you to get your first handful of clients and make your first dollars offering concierge services, whether you're running errands or working for seniors or doing the organizing. Just pick the one. So who would you rather spend your time with? Also, a lot of times we end up with niches that we've had some type of personal experience with. So in my coaching programs, I have a lot of people who serve the niche of seniors, people who are aging in place, helping them stay in their homes longer. And the reason why they chose this niche is because they have some direct connection to the niche, direct connection to helping people age. Many of them were nurses working in hospitals. Many of them were nurses' aides working in home health care. Many of them took care of moms and grandmoms and dads and grandpas and aunties. And that is how they ended up going into the niche of seniors, because they saw a need in the market. They saw the kind of care that auntie or mom or grandpa needed, and they decided that they wanted to help people who were in that same position. And they start a business helping people basically the experience that they went through. So there's no right or wrong answer. Just pick one and go all in on it. That is my best advice to you. Question number 2, what advice can you provide an individual newbie about how to grow the business quickly while still working full time? Okay, really important. I want you to pay close attention to this. The best way for you to do this quickly when you're working full time, the first thing you need to decide is how much time are you going to devote to the business. Before you do anything else, you need to make that decision because you are working full time. This is also a great question to ask yourself if you are raising young children, or if you are caring for aging parents or caring for an aging aunt. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Your business is going to be totally set up for you. Never compare your business to anyone else's, because most times what you can offer, somebody else can. What you can give to the business, somebody else can or can't. So pick what is going to work for you. So the first thing you need to do is decide, how many hours am I going to give to my business? 5 hours a week, 6 hours a week, 10 hours a week? That's the first question you have to answer first. Then Whatever that answer is, let's say you're going to devote 10 hours a week to your business while working full time, which is fabulous because you're working full time. So you're never going to go into money scarcity because you have money coming in over here. And that full-time job is actually supporting your life while you are getting those first clients and getting yourself out there. There is nothing wrong with that. So then the 10 hours that you've decided that you're going to commit to growing your business, in the beginning, you're going to think, oh, I have 10 hours that I'm going to commit. I'm going to be running errands or doing concierge work 10 hours a week. That's a mistake, my friend. In the beginning, what you're going to do is you're going to have 0 hours doing the concierge work, and you're going to use all 10 of those hours to market, to put yourself out there, to meeting people, to telling people about what it is that you do, telling people the services that you offer, telling them how you can help. And that is literally what you're going to do every single week for those 10 hours that you decided that you were going to commit to the growth of your business while you're working your full-time job. And then it starts to work. And then what happens is then you're doing concierge work 3 hours a week. So then you do your concierge work 3 hours a week and still use the other 7 hours a week that you have committed to still growing the business. And then what happens is you will hit a tipping point at which you can then either A, go from full-time to part-time, or B, depending on your financial situation and your lifestyle, quit your full-time job and go all in on your business. Everybody does it differently. You just have to decide and stick to your decisions. That's the hardest thing. People make decisions and then they go back on them. Make your decision, go all in on your decision for at least 6 months. That has always been my recommendation. Decide, go all in on it in 6 months. And then, of course, I have a lot of other videos about how to get those first clients. So if you're working full-time, or even if you're working part-time, you'll use the same strategy. How much am I going to devote? And then use that time to market, which is all about front facing. It's about being in front of your potential clients and customers while you're waiting to get paying clients. Okay. The third question, how to network. I belong to tons of groups, but it's still slow. Okay. So being part of tons of groups is amazing, but the one thing that you might not be doing is having a follow-up process in place for what you do after the networking, right? So just going and showing up and being, hey, here I am, hire me, hire me, hire me, hire me. This is what a lot of people do when they go out networking, and that is not how you're going to get clients. Your goal when you go out networking is to build relationships, build, know, like, and trust with people. That is how you'll end up getting clients. The problem I see a lot of times is people go into networking with an expectation of, I'm going to show up at a networking event, I'm going to get a client. I'm going to show up at a networking event, I expect to get a client. It's exactly what I thought in the beginning too. That's not how it works. Change your expectation from, I'm going to go to a networking event to show up for myself, to be a representative of me and my company and tell people what it is that I do. That is how you show up to a networking event, not to go with an intentional thought to get clients, because in that case, you are showing up with needy energy. You are showing up looking to gain instead of showing up to give. Okay. So that is probably, I want you to just consider, where might you be missing something in that framework? Are you showing up with the right energy? Are you showing up to give before you show up to get? Are you following up? Do you have a follow-up strategy in place? And these are a lot of the things, and we go into this in much, much more detail in my Fully Booked Business Club. Most people come to me and they're like, I've been doing all the networking. And I'm telling you, if you're not getting clients from it, it's okay. Most people don't, because you just haven't learned how to do it correctly. 99.9% of the people who enroll in my programs come into the program and they're not doing their networking the right way. And then I show them and I teach them how to do it. And within a couple months, they are getting clients. And within the year, they are fully booked because there are strategies and there is a framework that you do want to follow. Most of it is, though, how's your energy, showing up to give, not get, and then making sure you have a follow-up process in place to nurture those relationships. The next question, I work a seasonal job and finding it hard to find time to network. Any suggestions? I'm just going to throw this back to you. How badly do you want it? We find the time to do the things that matter the most to us. So you're having a hard time finding time to network, but how much time are you going to devote to networking? So if you decide I'm going to devote 3 hours a week, 2 hours a week, 1 hour a week, 10 hours a week, decide what you're going to give, and then you will find that time. Most people say all the time, I don't have the time. It's not you don't have the time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's you deciding how are you using that time, right? So if you want to commit 2 hours a week to networking, even though you have a part-time seasonal job, where can you take 2 hours back that you're putting into something else that's not creating the results that you want? And if the result is to grow your business, where are you giving your result creating time, creating results for your business somewhere else in your life? Are you giving it to TV? Are you giving it to social media? Are you giving it to spending too many hours a day going down the research hole? Are you spending it sitting in confusion? Are you sitting it in figuring, every day asking yourself, what am I supposed to be doing today? Where are you losing that hour? And go claim that shit for yourself. All right, the fifth question that I'm going to answer today is, how big a role does social media play in growing a concierge business? I'm going to tell you the truth here. This is no matter what business you are in. The role that social media plays is often bigger in people who sell social media. If you're not selling social media, the role that it's going to play in your business is not necessarily going to be as big as you think it is. And here is why. Because most people will spend their time on social media and put a lot of time and devotion into social media to get clients. But you have to remember, social media is what? Social media is platforms, different platforms that you use to connect with potential clients. But if you don't have potential clients who know that you're on a platform, they're never going to see it anyway. Okay. The other thing is, what you use social media for is more like an educational tool so that people who are following you can learn about what it is that you actually do. But you're not going to have anyone following you unless you feed that funnel first. Where do you meet people that might follow you? Through going out there and meeting people, which is the first step in getting clients. Meet people, tell them what you do and how you can help, teach people how to hire you or refer you, and put value out into the world so that you build, know, like, and trust. That is how social media comes into this. Now, also, the other thing I want to say about social media is you don't have to be on all of the platforms. We all think we have to be on all the platforms. And the problem is that you're not actually going to give really good attention or intention to any of them if you're trying to be on all of them. I did the same thing when I first started. I was on Facebook. I was on Twitter back in the day. I was on Foursquare, I think it was, back in the day. Then I went on LinkedIn, and I was trying to hold up all of these places. The problem is, here's the thing. Most people don't log in to Facebook during the day. Most people aren't logging in and seeing you and going, oh, yes, I think I need a concierge. No, people know that they need help in advance. And then the way they use social media is they go on and they say, who knows somebody that can help me? This is, again, why meeting people and helping people learn how to refer you is more important than the social media presence that you're trying to have. And then we're going to continue with this with part 3 next week. Bye for now, my friends.